government documents to Jeffrey Epstein.
Fox's Stephanie Bennett in London.
This was an arrest, so it would have come as a surprise instead of being invited to the police station for an interview. Now, an arrest also means police can now search his home and possessions.
South Korea's ousted then impeached president is now a prisoner.
Yoon Suk-yeol was trying to overcome an opposition-controlled Congress in December 2024 when he suddenly declared martial law. The imposition failed. Yoon has been found guilty of rebellion for mobilizing the security forces in an illegal attempt to seize the assembly and arrest his opponents. A special prosecutor demanded the death penalty. Ultimately, the sentence is life in prison.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Trump just posted on Truth Social, he only wants Americans to vote in American elections, continuing his voter ID push the Democrats have blocked in Congress. Today, the president goes to Georgia, touting a stronger economy, campaigning for Republicans ahead of the midterm elections. The president will be in former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's district as early voting is underway in a special election to replace Greene, a former Trump ally who resigned after their relationship soured. Before that trip, President Trump chairs his first Board of Peace meeting next hour.
More than 45 countries expected to attend to talk about the stabilization force expected to deploy in that region as Hamas continues to resist disarming in phase 2, as well as the fund to rebuild Gaza, generated in part by contributions from Board of Peace members.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
One skier remains missing but presumed dead in the snow near Lake Tahoe, California. After an avalanche that left 8 others dead in a group on a backcountry ski trip, 6 were rescued. It is day 19 of the Nancy Guthrie search, and the reward for information leading to an arrest is up to $200,000 as DNA analysis continues on a glove found near the home and evidence found inside the house.
Investigators hit something of a DNA dead end in terms of finding a match on the FBI's database. They're now also looking at genetic genealogy testing, turning to companies like Othram, which is a Woodlands, Texas-based company. Interestingly, that company was very critical in helping track down the Idaho student killer, Brian Kohberger.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in Tucson, Arizona, a famous witness in a case that has social media on trial. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg took the stand in the lawsuit alleging Instagram and YouTube are intentionally addictive platforms causing mental harm to users.
Zuckerberg facing a jury for the first time to determine whether part of the company is fostering social media addiction in minors. Lead plaintiff lawyer Mark Lanier pulling out document after document, including one 2018 study stating that roughly a third of kids ages 10 to 12 in the U.S. were on Instagram. Plaintiff Kaylee, in this case, was 9 years old when she signed up for it. Zuckerberg maintains company policy is that users must be over the age of 13, but acknowledged kids can lie. Zuckerberg pushed back with 2 separate reasons during these document showings and exhibits. He said that some of the documents are about 10 years old, and he said in some cases he's not part of the correspondence that were being shown to the jury.
Fox Business Network's Kelly Saberi outside the court in L.A. On Wall Street, stock futures are down before today's trading. At the Winter Olympics, the U.S. women's hockey team plays Canada today for the gold medal. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Thursday. It is February 19th, 2026. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Show producer Fred Cruz I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's on standby. Will be joining us in about 3 minutes. Yeah, what? Look at all the heat. Upper 90s today, upper 90s tomorrow. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it is still February. We do have a cool cold front on the way. I think Saturday night or Sunday, something like that. We'll see what Jason Caterina has to say. So join us for that. Meantime, a local education note: state audits are being conducted on a regular basis at all school districts when it comes to security. This note from Edinburgh CISD: the school district's police chief saying that security issues recently uncovered by a state audit are being addressed. A recent audit of Edinburgh School District buildings found that some campuses had exterior doors that wouldn't lock. The audit found that doors at 33 of the district's 45 campuses would not lock. And auditors for the state also faulted the school district for having vendors who left doors at least partially open while making their visits to campuses. A McAllen photographer has filed a $25 million lawsuit against Ramon Ayala Jr. The lawsuit filed this week in Hidalgo County Court claiming that the son of the award-winning musician, Ramon Ayala, engaged in sexualized misconduct. It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has been busy filing a series of actions against companies he says have ties to China.
Paxton's lawsuit, announced Tuesday, accuses a West Coast router company of hiding spyware inside its networking devices, giving Chinese hackers access to consumer devices in the U.S. He says TP-Link Systems is a deceptive spinoff of a Chinese company which almost exclusively uses Chinese components, thereby allowing secret surveillance and exploitation of Texas consumers. This is the latest in a flurry of legal actions as voting season draws near. Paxton's after the Senate seat held by John Cornyn, who's known for his aggressive stance against potential threats from China.
The Texas Supreme Court is issuing a ruling that could have a financial impact on many homeowners in the state of Texas.
The case involved a homeowner's claim to cover storm damage. The insurance company argued that damage from a tornado qualified as wind damage, and the Texas Supreme Court agreed.
And so what it was doing was impacting which deductible was applied due to damage from this tornado.
Rich Johnson with the Insurance Council of Texas says you should check with your insurance professional to see if your policy covers wind damage or if that's something you need to add, and that you should also check your deductible for wind damage.
It's 7:09 on News Talk 710 KURV. It is AccuWeather with the time, and we want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. They always have what you need at Martin Farm and Ranch. You stop by, say hi to Dougie from us. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. Let's look at that heat. Reporting with triple digits for a couple of days, right? And maybe throttle back a little bit on the weekend. So what's the plan, Jason?
Yeah, up near triple digits in spots today. Tomorrow, low to mid 90s. So some spots will be creeping up toward the triple digits. It should be a little, not quite as hot, we'll say, on Saturday versus cooler, upper 80s, low 90s. Cooler Sunday, though, breezy too. We'll get that front moving through, increasing amounts of sun, low to mid 70s for us on Sunday and Monday too. So we do have to get through a couple of hot days here in the next couple, but we will get some relief heading through the second half of the weekend at least.
I was doing the round robin, checking in on Dallas News Radio. Same thing in Houston. Saturday night up in Dallas, back to the 30s up in North Texas in case you're traveling. Thing is, though, no moisture, no rain, right, with this cold front.
Yeah, no, just a change in temps, really. They're going from near 80 today, near 70 tomorrow, near 60 Saturday, and then 60 Sunday, upper 50s Monday. So that's just not going to quite make it down to us. We'll moderate some, but not like that.
Dallas. That's the Dallas area. All right, well, that's the AccuWeather the forecast. Since the forecast from Jason is up to 98, Mid-Valley, Western Valley, we're just going to round it out to a cool 100 in ranch country, probably in the western portion of the valley today, and 96 and 87 to 91 Saturday. Hopefully, that cold, cool front crosses and keep us in the 70s Sunday and Monday. Overnight lows, what would you say, Jason? Saturday night, that would be Sunday night to Monday morning. What would be the lows, like 50s? or maybe
let's see, Sunday night, low to mid 50s. Monday night too,
nice and cool. All right, well, that's the AccuWeather forecast. The only thing I saw on the national calendar that was edible for today, I think it was like peppermint or chocolate mint ice cream. It was right, chocolate mint, anything chocolate mint, ice cream, things like that. And that's as far as food. Oh, and some of them are an inch or two long these days, and I kid you not, they sell them at vending machines. It's National Eyelash Day. And I saw a vending machine for these things at the big mall here in McAllen. And one of the corners, like, really? So in case you drop one, you lose one, just buy a pack and go to the restroom, put one on. Oh, these wonderful times we're in. All right, pal, we'll check with you next hour.
All right.
AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Katarina on 710 KURV. Yeah, and if you join us on 710 KURV, YouTube Live and Facebook and X Live, what Freddie puts us on the 7 o'clock hour. You can see Jason joining us for the conversation. In the background, he's got these rolling flames and thunder and fire. Yeah, very appropriate for the very hot forecast that he's providing us for these days. The time is 7:12 on News Talk 710 KURV. Hope you stick around. In a few minutes, 3-4 minutes, we'll have a conversation with our mayor from Brownsville, John Cowan. I always have the hardest time pinning him down. Serge, I got to take my kids to school. Serge, I got a bill from you because I got to go to school again with my babies. He's got little babies. So finally, he came over to McAllen the other day for the State of the City conversation in McAllen. I said, orale, let's go, JC, vámonos. And I had to sit down and give me an economic update for Brownsville. That's coming up in just a little bit. Oh, and by the way, I need to mention this. The Rio Grande Valley Business Journal, our friends over at rgvbusinessjournal.com. Go check out the article that's Brownsville-centric. I think it's the lead. A commission in the county, the city, I think they'll be considering the potential contract for a new, like a shipbuilder, another shipbuilder at the port of Brownsville. Something to benefit national security. It's something for the military, I believe. It's still in consideration. Again, local leaders have to make decisions on that, yay or nay, what they want to accept. It's something for the port. Go check it out, rgvbusinessjournal.com. Fascinating story. Time is 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. Medical note, the Food and Drug Administration has reversed its decision and is now agreeing to review Moderna's flu vaccine.
Last week, the FDA notified Moderna it was refusing to review its new influenza shot. Moderna now seeking accelerated approval for people ages 65 and up and full approval for those 50 to 64. The vaccine uses mRNA technology, the same method used in COVID shots, an approach that's been criticized by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The FDA expected to decide on the new Moderna vax by August 5th. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler.
Time is 7:14 on the Valley's Morning News. The state of Texas, new bathroom law is getting its first test.
The Texas Women's Privacy Act bans biological males from using female bathrooms. In Austin, the mother of a high schooler says the school district is allowing a boy to use the girls' restroom.
Whenever she sent up follow-up responses twice, it was dead silent.
Mary Elizabeth Castle with the group Texas Values says a complaint has now been filed with the Attorney General, who will investigate. If proven, she says the Austin ISD will have to pay a huge daily fine.
That's Michael Board with that report. And let's go to North Texas. Chris Fox. In North Texas, there's a Dallas area doctor that is the target of the Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, for illegally transitioning children.
Paxton filed suit against Children's Health System of Texas and local pediatrician Dr. Jason Jaron for what Paxton says is hurting children by transitioning them and defrauding Medicaid, adding that gender transition procedures on minors are illegal. Children's Health System also with a statement saying we comply with all applicable local, state, and federal health care laws. The issue of illegally transitioning minors came up in the Republican Attorney General debate Tuesday night in Dallas. Former Assistant Attorney General Aaron Wright.
I was the lead author under Attorney General Ken Paxton's opinion that defined unequivocally these trans procedures as child abuse under the Texas Family Code.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Time is 7:15 on the Valley's Morning News. And as I mentioned earlier, today is National Chocolate Mint day.
The lack of love for chocolate mint may be because you don't know why it's so good. It has a rich history in the UK dating back to the 16th century. Chocolate mint ice cream was actually created for Princess Anne's wedding back in 1973. And Thin Mint cookies have been a Girl Scout top seller since the 50s. Yet only 46% of us reach for chocolate mint. But you have the power to change that today. I'm Bree Tennis.
My boys tag team when we go to that fast food Italian place, Los Olivos, Olive Garden. They tag team. On the way out, hey, can I have some mints? Handful. Here comes Elam. Can I have some mints? Handful. And then they're, oh, my stomach hurts. Yeah, it's too much mint. Time is 7:16. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Conversation with our mayor of Brownsville, John Cowan. Had a chance to catch up with him when he visited McAllen recently for that State of the City address. Economic update, Brownsville, next on the Valley's Morning News.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from a great selection of Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2026 Volvo XC40 with all the technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $389 a month. That's right, $389 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburgh.
Dale gas!
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo.
Tune in for Primary Decision 2026 Election Day results and analysis. Tuesday night, March 3rd. It all starts at 7 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Parami app.
We invite you to join us online. Producer Freddie will post the 7 o'clock morning news live on 710 KURV YouTube, 710 KURV X, 710 KURV Facebook. Hope you can join us there. The morning news on 710 KURV is a primer. You'll hear some headlines and brief reports. You can do the deep dive later as you go search and when you park somewhere. Join us on 710 KURV online, all the social media platforms, and also at Radio Parami, the free app. Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. Another conversation, economic update. We're broadcasting, this conversation recorded, taking place at the McAllen Convention Center as a lead into the State of the City with Mayor Javier Villalobos. And it's a little known fact that when McAllen does its State of the City, they send a limousine down to Brownsville to bring our mayor, John Cowan, to McAllen. And same thing, when Mayor John Cowan has the State of the City, he sends a limousine to pick up Javier and take him down there. I made all that up because I just thought it would be interesting. Mayor John Cowan, it's good to see you. Is it too late to say Happy New Year? I mean, it's just a few days before February.
I don't think it's never too late.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
It's in every conversation where we do economic updates, we recognize, whether it's Harlingen, McAllen, Edinburgh, Mission, we recognize that the economy of the RGV is driven by our Port of Brownsville, by our city of Brownsville. And in large part, thanks to the manna from heaven by the name of Elon Musk and the thousands of people and engineers that he employs out there. Amazing times that we see in Brownsville, Texas right now. Let's review 2025. Top of mind, Mayor, some of the numbers that rattle around in your head, either from construction numbers, residential, commercial, employment numbers, and sales numbers for the area. Tell me about Brownsville.
You know, Sergio, we had a record 2025 in terms of job creation, sales tax, new home construction. It's just obviously with growth comes growing pains as well. So the city also has a record $300 million capital improvement program over the next 5 years. that really sets the foundation to keep up with the growth.
Yeah, infrastructure stress, projects, new neighborhoods, things like that. At City Hall, you and our new city manager, God bless Helen, she did such a good job for many years. But at City Hall, permitting, putting greasing the skids on permitting, getting those projects out the door and start those hammers flying. So tell me about the stress either on infrastructure or permitting and processes, all those things taking place at City Hall to make sure that we get the projects done.
Yeah, I mean, I think the solution for us is really, adding manpower is expensive, so we're really investing in technology to streamline everything we do at the city. So, for example, our street lights in Brownsville, we were the least synchronized city in the Valley. Only 10% of our lights are actually synchronized. So we were awarded almost $20 million from the MPO, and we're redoing basically all our streetlights, new equipment, state of the art, that will be able to connect to our fiber network, our city-owned fiber network, and be able to really optimize our traffic flow, especially right now with the influx of people into Brownsville.
Yes, sir. Our Brownsville Mayor John Cowing joining us on the program. The city is fully connected now as far as internet, right? And wire connection, fiber connection. It's done, right?
So the city's portion, so the city owns 100 miles of what we call the middle mile backbone. And our private partner, OmniFiber, is building out 500 miles of fiber. And they have about 4,000 to 5,000 customers that they've signed on. So every month, they're continuing to build out their network.
What does that mean for residents, businesses, once it's completed fully? What does that mean for everybody?
Well, I think we were once the least connected city in the United States for internet access. So this means that our businesses, our residents will be able to participate in this economy. It's a vital necessity to be able to have access to high-speed internet,
and I would imagine
at an affordable cost,
right, for the schools, the colleges,
Absolutely.
to get all the students on board.
Yeah, I think you saw COVID and what the exposure that we had with regards to connectivity. People had to go to Starbucks and to public places to connect to internet.
But it's a good selling point too on the recruitment side to tell industry, whether it's at the more advanced manufacturing headed this way, complementing SpaceX or the port. It's a good selling point for those industries, those closer tier one industries headed this way. So you're connected. Yeah.
Absolutely, it's a huge selling point.
All right, Mayor for Brownsville, John Cowan, joining us. On the horizon, we've had plenty of conversations with the port and, of course, your Economic Development Office, Gilbert, out there. On the horizon, my goodness, if these boys are able to close at least half of what is on the horizon, these amazing industries, wow, I'd take a step back because we got 4,000 now with SpaceX, 4,000 plus now with LNG, double that for both of them probably within the next 12 to 18 months. Where do we find the people to work for those industries on the horizon? It's billions upon billions of dollars and new industries for the area.
And I think that's definitely that's happening. That's going to happen. And we my State of the City is going to be on March 25th, and I think hopefully we'll be at the point to announce some more investments that are coming to our to Brownsville that will generate a substantial amount of more high-paying jobs.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yeah.
But I think we've shown industry that we have the workforce, and not only Brownsville produces a lot of talent that goes up, and they work in Houston, Louisiana, Permian Basin, and those people are coming back to the Valley because of opportunity. They left because of lack of opportunity, but they want to be close to family. And I think I spoke to a large contractor in Houston, and they're like, the majority of their workforce is from the Valley.
Wow.
And
That's good to hear.
that is a threat to those areas.
Yeah.
Because they rely on that workforce.
Yeah. Yes. The manpower's thin already in several of the trades and even on the engineering side. But it's good to hear that some of these people can come home soon. Our Mayor John Cowan for Brownsville joining us, economic update for the area. Let's look at downtown real quick, because I know there's a lot of initiatives. What do you see? What is going to happen with downtown over the next several years?
So we are about to finish our downtown master plan, that's our first downtown master plan ever. So that's going to set the roadmap on how downtown's going to be developed. But you're seeing every block downtown, every owner has a plan to renovate or bring back their buildings to life, right? And so that creates challenges. We have parking constraints right now. We're implementing innovative solutions on how to deal with that. But we're excited for the last week of February. We're going to do the ribbon cutting on the El Jardín Hotel.
Okay.
That was vacant for 40 years. It's probably our most visible landmark downtown, and that's been fully restored, right, by the Housing Authority.
Yeah.
It's a great example of our institutions really executing, right, and having people moving downtown and living downtown. That's what we want.
It has so much potential as a year-round continuous destination point for retail, for restaurants, for nightlife. It has so much. It's historic. It's beautiful. Like the Economic Development Office, it's haunted. There's an opportunity there as well. But with the zoo, the Kids Museum, the gorgeous Texas Southmost College and UT RGV campus, that beautiful walkthrough, and of course, all the resacas, it has so much potential to be a destination point. Do you see that happening 5-10 years where as the economic expansion, crazy expansion, brings more people to town, that area, downtown, will revive into that glorious destination point that some of us see could happen?
I think it's absolutely going to happen. I think our downtown's the heart of our city. I think people love going downtown. We'll continue to see major investments in that area, right? And the city is already we've replaced most of the utilities downtown, paved the alleys. We've made lots of improvements downtown as well.
Well, with Elon Musk bringing so many employees and 8,000 some odd people, and it's probably going to be HQ for him down here, and other complementary industries that are setting up shop to feed into that, thousands more people. ¿Dónde los pones, as I've said? Where do you put them? Neighborhoods, housing, like what are you looking at City Hall when it comes to those issues, housing and neighborhoods and things like that?
So fortunate, Brownsville is only 50% built out, right? So we have a lot of room to grow, but I think we need to grow in a smart way. We have a lot of infill that needs to happen as well, opportunity to develop vacant land in our core, right? And also have a better use and go vertical as well. So I think densifying is a good thing. I think it's a cost-effective thing. We already have the infrastructure. Instead of having sprawl, I think we should focus on and incentivize our infill first.
I know you got to go. Final question for you. The master plan development just outside the city, across the freeway from Rancho Viejo, there was so much talk about setting up a conference center, a convention center, something like that. We sure could use something like that. Maybe it's not a city initiative, maybe it's not a county initiative, but maybe even on the private sector, there are opportunities, just the university alone, to have something like that for the graduations or special events. Anything that you see brewing, developing on either private investment or a coalition to get that big meeting location, conference location, Brownsville area?
Yeah, I think that's a definite need. It's just a matter of how we pay for it and how we operate it, right? And I think that was a part of the challenge with the arena. People didn't really understand how that was going to get funded and if it was going to make money, what was the plan, right? And so I think the city, we are working on redeveloping our sports park area.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that plan is to have a large facility that we could use as a multi-purpose area, right? That can host graduations, concerts, but also do tournaments, sports tournaments, things like that. So I think there's models in other parts of the country that we're going to try to emulate.
Yeah, it's a good compliment, because in conversations with McAllen, they are drawing many different types of sports to the area, sports tourism. And now sports tourism for Brownsville is a big deal too. Absolutely. With the Texas games recently. I don't know, there's a certain guy I know in the Brownsville area. His name is Elon. I think his name is Imam, something like that. Hey, dude, how about you build us one over here? You can name it after your mom. The May Musk Special Event Center, Cameron County, something like that.
There you go.
Just an idea. All right. Mayor, thank you for your time today.
Yes, sir.
Stay in touch, sir. We'll look forward to our next conversation.
You got it.
Our mayor for Brownsville, John Cowan. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. And since we're on the topic of Brownsville, I'm going to give a little bit of love to the RGV Business Journal. Go check out their article, their lead story in the RGV Business Journal. It is Port of Brownsville centric. There's a defense firm that is eyeing a $3 billion plus boat plant, an AI boat plant at the Port of Brownsville. That's the lead story. And the RGVBusinessJournal.com. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. And looking at your bank account, and some of y'all waiting for some money from the IRS, your money, 2 tax credits could be delaying your refunds this year.
Early filers may have to wait a little longer than they planned if they claimed the Earned Income Tax Credit or the Additional Child Tax Credit. According to H&R Block, the IRS did not release refunds until after February 15th, as it gave the agency time to stop payment release of any false filings. The delayed distribution is part of the 2015 Protecting Americans from Tax Hikes Act, and the IRS advises checking the Where's My Refund tool in mid to late February for a personalized refund date. I'm Matt Mattinson.
Thank you much for waking up at News Talk 710 KURV. Olympic update. We got Randy Moyes on standby. You know who's winning at the Olympics. That's next on 710 KURV, the Valley's Morning News.
The eternal struggle. Too hot? Too cold? Forget about it. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC will make your home a true Goldilocks zone. Don't bear it alone when your fairy tale home feels like a nightmare gone wrong. Mighty Mike is your shining hero who will save the day with service that's not too early, not too late, but just right. Call Mighty Mike at 956-686-1353 or visit callmightymike.com. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC.
Get it right. Call Mighty Mike.
Mighty Mike to the rescue.
Just one call to solve it all.
Experience everything Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh has to offer. Service, selection, and quality. Indulge yourself with bold design and set the standard with comfort and performance in a new Cadillac CT5. Now just $639 per month. More style, more innovation, more you. Make your move. Set yourself apart and discover a new standard of luxury ownership. Visit us online at BertOgdenCadillac.com or come in today to Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh, where legends are made.
Dale gas!
Pain management specialist Dr. Dennis Slavin on back and neck pain.
Our website is feelingbetteratLast.com because that's what people say as they leave my office. They really are feeling better at last. Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Slavin with some sound advice on back and neck pain. It starts in the morning as soon as you sit up in bed. You have that pain across your back that can cause an ugly tingling sensation down past your knee to your feet. This symptom, called sciatica, has several causes, but most can be treated without surgery. After a thorough history and physical, identifying the pain generator, whether it be a bulging disc, an arthritic joint, or an inflamed muscle, a targeted, precise, image-guided treatment done in the office can provide quick pain relief and allow you to get on with your day. Patients are amazed by the pain relief. They wonder why they waited so long to be feeling better at last.
With offices in McAllen and Weslaco, Dr. Dennis Slavin is only a phone call away, and many say it's the best call they've ever made. Call 956-973-0565. 973-0565.
Our call letters, KURV. Our frequency, 710 AM. Our specialty, news and talk. News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
At the Winter Olympics, U.S. men's hockey, Quinn Hughes scored the game winner in overtime to lift Team USA past Sweden 2-1 in the quarterfinals in Milan. The U.S. will face Slovakia in the semifinals Friday. Hughes says everyone is bringing their best game.
You know, the desperation is so high and people are fighting for their, colors and country, and that's what you're seeing.
Canada and Penguins team captain Sidney Crosby suffered a lower leg injury in their overtime win over Czechia. The U.S. women's hockey team face off against rival Canada for the gold medal today in Milan. Team USA seeking its first gold medal since 2018, Pyeongchang, and third overall. The Canadians have won 5 of the 7 gold medals since women's hockey made its debut in 1988. And Michaela Schifrin returned to the top of the podium after winning gold in the women's slalom. That's sports. I'm Ronta Moss.
AccuWeather on 710 KURV. Hot. Man, we're probably going to hit triple digits somewhere. The forecast from AccuWeather is 98. We're going to hit 2-3 degrees higher than that. So, yeah, triple digits somewhere in South Texas, Mid-Valley, Western Valley, upper 90s. That's today. Tomorrow, it should be also mid-upper 90s. Cool front on the way. By Sunday, Sunday should be in the 70s. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. Again, go back to our website, see what the wait times. These are all wait times headed back to the U.S. So if you're headed back to the McAllen, Edinburgh Mission area, 35 to 40 minutes at all three. And if you're headed back to Brownsville, it's 45 minutes at B&M, 10 to 20 minutes at Gateway and Veterans. Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News for a Thursday. Business news, check of your money up next. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing had an extensive conversation yesterday with the chief of safety and training at Chamberlain. Go check it out, 710 KURV, our Facebook page and 710 KURV YouTube page. Long conversation on the impressive safety training culture at Chamberlain, which for you as the potential client someday, man, that's a lot of peace of mind, knowing that the people that are trained, highly trained professionals when it comes to commercial roofing systems, but also safety, multiple strata of safety training and certifications. It is very impressive. And Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing belongs to an elite class of top businesses that have invested in their employees, invested in safety issues. And again, as I mentioned to you, peace of mind. You know, you're going to call folks who are going to be watching their step, every step, making sure they're careful. They want to go home to their babies and eat dinner at night. And for you avoid having to call the insurance company because, something really, really bad happened at the work site. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, waiting for your call, your text message. Go check, see if everything's okay with your commercial roofing system for free. That's how they will begin, hopefully, a business relationship with you in the future. Handshake and go get an expert report on the condition of your commercial roofing system. The website, chamberlainltd.com. Book that appointment, free appointment to check everything. 956-655-6178.
You know Martin Farm and Ranch as the Valley's premier Purina feed dealer.
We're so much more than a feed store. Come on in.
Stay Tough Superior Fence Products.
Yeah, we got it.
Electric fencing, parts and supplies.
Yep, we got that too. Show feed and supplements. We got them. Deer feeders and blinds. We got them.
Live animals and pet supplies.
Got a hungry dog? We can help you. Martin Farm and Ranch Supply. So much more than a feed store. Just look for the horse.
This is a fraud alert. It is a crime in Texas for a person to solicit an accident victim for purposes of legal representation. If you have not requested the call or personal visit, report this crime to the Texas Rangers.
I am Sarah Sagredo Hammond, your true Republican candidate of choice for Texas House District 41. For over 9 years, I've been fighting at the state capitol, not for politics, but for people like us. I'm a mom, a small business owner, and a community member just like you. I have been in Austin where I have seen our good people get left behind. And when we ask for help, we get nothing but political speeches instead of practical solutions. I may not know every inch of the law, but there is one thing I do know, and that's how to listen to you and to work with my community as I have for many, many years. I am not here to perform or put on courtroom theatrics. I am here to serve and put you first in Austin. I am Sarah Sagredo Hammond, and I approve this message, and I ask for your vote.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job, gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. United Airlines said it is making some of the biggest changes to its mileage plus frequent flyer program in more than a decade. Travelers with the airline's credit card will earn more miles and get higher discounts compared to those without the card. Customers who do not have one of the cards or elite status won't earn miles if they book in basic economy. Shares of Cadence Design Systems climbed after the chip design software firm reported results that beat analyst expectations for the fourth quarter. Company officials say they expect the trend of companies making their own custom chips to accelerate. Nestle shares rose 3% after the maker of Kit Kat reported organic sales growth for the fourth quarter that beat analyst forecasts. The company also announced it is planning to sell its remaining ice cream business to Haagen-Dazs owner Froneri. Futures are slightly lower. Wednesday, the Dow Industrials gained 129, the Nasdaq up 175, the S&P 500 up 38. That's your money now.
What do you say, Freddie? We should start dressing like our engineers, shorts and chunkless, right? Well, it's going to be like 98 to 100 today, right?
Yeah, I don't want to see our engineers in shorts and chunkless. No, thank you.
The hairy legs, skinny hairy legs, that doesn't bother me. Okay. It's the toenails.
Oh, well, at least put some socks on, right?
It reminds me of Dumb and Dumber. When they go to the salon, and they take out like the power tools. Yeah. You see the sparks flying all over the place. Yeah, that's what they need. Precisely what they need. AccuWeather says 98. Man, just say it's good. We're going to hit triple digits today. It's going to be just awful hot today. Triple digits, 98 to 100. Tomorrow, like 96 plus. Cool front. Saturday night or like Sunday should be in the 70s, says AccuWeather. We got Fox News coming up in about 2-3 minutes. Thank you much for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. The Valley's Morning News also broadcasting free on social media. Go look for free on the podcast, the app. I couldn't find the word. The app is Radio Para Mi. Go get it. Find 710 KURV.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Texas Republicans. President Trump has been betrayed by failed politician Myra Flores. Listen for yourself.
President Trump make plenty of mistakes. President Trump make plenty of mistakes.
Myra Flores keeps running for Congress and losing, underperforming President Trump. Now records reveal why. Myra Flores has been caught in a scheme paying herself and family over $150,000 with campaign funds, enriching herself at South Texas expense. Betrays Trump, enriches herself? We can't trust failing Myra Flores. That's why President Trump has endorsed conservative fighter Eric Flores, an Army infantry captain. Eric Flores fought for his country, took on the cartels as a federal prosecutor, and Eric never backs down from a fight. Trump gives Eric his complete and total endorsement. Trump said Eric's an America First patriot who will secure the border, champion law enforcement, and who will never let you down.
I'm Eric Flores, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Eric Flores for Congress.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Information to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. Freddie, I wish you could see behind the scenes. Freddie's just like yelling at me. Stop looking at your phone. Look at the camera. Okay. AccuWeather says highs today. Triple digits. It's just going to be downright hot, so turn up the AC. News on 710 KURV. A service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Britain's King Charles, responding to the arrest of his brother Andrew, says authorities have the royal family's full and wholehearted support and cooperation.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, of course, is King Charles' younger brother. He has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office over allegations he sent confidential government documents to Jeffrey Epstein. An arrest also means police can now search his home and possessions.
Fox's Stephanie Bennett in London. World leaders and representatives from over 40 nations converging on our nation's capital.
President Trump will preside over his first ever Board of Peace meeting today in Washington, focused on the future of Gaza. One of the major questions hanging over the meeting is the disarmament of Hamas and who will provide peacekeeping forces.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. Day 19, disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Investigators turning to genetic genealogy to try and find a suspect. America's listening to Fox News.
The Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. A look at traffic in the state of Texas. Seems that the issues on Texas highways are getting worse.
The American Transportation Research Institute out with their annual list of the most congested highways for truckers. And 12 Texas locations made the top 100. John Esparza, who heads the Texas Trucking Association, is not surprised.
Not just the construction, but the increased amount of folks that are moving to Texas.
He says we're a victim of our own success. The worst places for bottlenecks on this list are in Houston. Also, I-35 through Austin made the cut.
The Food and Drug Administration has reversed its decision and is now agreeing to review Moderna's flu vaccine.
Last week, the FDA notified Moderna it was refusing to review its new influenza shot. Moderna now seeking accelerated approval for people ages 65 and up and full approval for those 50 to 64. The vaccine uses mRNA technology, the same method used in COVID shots, an approach that's been criticized by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The FDA expected to decide on the new Moderna vax by August 5th. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler.
Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. Freddie, we're saving this for next hour, right? Right? Okay. And let me, for an upcoming segment, okay, let me just tease it for an upcoming segment. Stay tuned to 710 KURV. So Mexlan, the International Festival of Food and Music and Art, it's an awesome festival in McAllen. It's coming up on March 6th. The weekend, March 6th, like March 6th, 7, and 8. So producer Freddie has some tickets to give away. So you stick around. I'll tell you when to check in on our WhatsApp number and then tell Freddie to get you some tickets. So stand by for that. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. We are on the free app called Radio Para Mí. Listen on your smartphone.
The Texas Comptroller is the chief financial officer of the world's 8th largest economy. Governor Abbott knows Kelly Hancock will keep the Texas economy booming. Comptroller Kelly Hancock protected your tax dollars and worked with Governor Abbott to fund President Trump's border wall. That's why Governor Abbott trusts Kelly Hancock.
This is Governor Greg Abbott. Results matter. That's why I endorse Kelly Hancock for Texas Comptroller. There is no one I trust more. Vote Kelly Hancock.
Kelly Hancock's opponent, Don Huffines, talks a big game, but his record tells a different story. His plans would trigger massive tax hikes. Huffines opposes property tax relief, calling it fool's gold. No wonder Huffines used his fortune to fund liberal Democrats. Texas can't afford the risk. Vote for the conservative Abbott-Hancock team. Greg Abbott for governor, Kelly Hancock for comptroller.
Political ad paid for by Texans for Greg Abbott.
My name is Sergio Sanchez. I'm a Republican. I'm running for House District 41. I'm happy to announce I just received the highest possible rating from the NRA Political Victory Fund, a grade of AQ. I'm the only candidate on either side to even receive a grade at all, much less the highest rating. Please go to my site, sergiofortexas.com, for more on my platform, including that